Hey everyone, welcome back to Anchor Life with Kaale. Today I want to talk about how to appreciate your spouse and cultivate an atmosphere of appreciation in your marriage so that it is healthy for you, your spouse, everyone around you. About a month ago, I did a video on my 3 top ways to have a successful marriage, and it seemed to be a topic that people want to talk about. So I figured let's get back into this marriage topic and dig a little deeper. This is a 2-part series, so stay tuned for the second part that's going to be coming next week. It can be really hard to stop and remember that, hey, maybe I should be appreciating my spouse for all that they're doing when life is so busy and you're busy, they're busy, you're just trying to divide and conquer. But it's really important to the health of your marriage so that it's not just let's go and do chores and take care of the kids, but it's actually you're cultivating this positive and successful relationship that's gonna make it the long haul and not just be limping along, but actually be thriving each step of the way. In my marriage, I tend to do a lot of the inside chores while Bruce does more of the outside chores, while there is a little bit of overlap. But when we were engaged, we sat down, I had a conversation about, okay, these are all the chores that need to get done in running a household. So which ones are you gonna do? Which one am I gonna do? And we just kind of divvied them up depending on which one we like doing more, which one we're better at, and just had this discussion. So we kind of have this clear set expectation, and that goes whether you are married or whether you have roommates or whoever you live with. But while you're doing this day-to-day weekly schedule of, okay, I'm getting this done, you're getting that done, it can sometimes just feel like no one really notices what we're doing when it's things that are expected of us and things that need to get done. And it feels really good to be appreciated. So that's why I want to talk about how to make sure that you're remembering to appreciate your spouse, and hopefully they will remember to appreciate you too, and it'll just be this really encouraging environment for you. If you treat your spouse like just a roommate, they will eventually become just a roommate. If you want something more and to keep your marriage vibrant and alive, you have to treat your spouse like the person that you fell in love with. And that requires being intentional and stopping and reminding yourself that, hey, I need to just stop and let my spouse know that they are doing a great job. After I spend the whole afternoon cleaning the house, it feels really good when my husband says, hey, it looks really good in here. Thanks for doing that. And it's not that I need his appreciation or thanks to value my work, but it just feels good. Maybe it's a little dry in the appreciation department in your marriage, but that doesn't mean that you can't start now, and actually you should start now. You can be the one to start this. So it doesn't have to be a big deal. You can just say, hey, thanks for unloading the dishwasher, and then just move along with your day. And maybe it won't mean a lot to them, maybe it will, I don't know. But I'm sure at least part of them will feel really good that you thanked them. And maybe you're hoping to be thanked as well. Obviously, we don't thank people for them to thank us back, but by regularly thanking people, it kind of creates this culture and environment where thanking people and being thankful is the norm, and this is just what we do. To be honest, there have been once or twice where I have thanked my husband for doing something in hopes that that would kind of prompt him to thank me for what I did. And I'm not saying that's very good motivation for what I did, but I'm just being real here. Maybe you've started to thank your spouse, you're telling them what you appreciate about them, and they're just not really reciprocating. Maybe they just need a little nudge, and that nudge would be you just kindly saying, hey, you know what, I would really appreciate it if every once in a while you could just acknowledge my hard work and say thanks, and it would just mean so much to me. That's kind of what happened in my marriage. I had to just outright tell my husband that I would really appreciate it if he could just thank me every once in a while, even just for like the normal mundane things like making supper. And it just makes a world of difference. And once he realized that was super important to me, he has really improved in that area. And of course, being thanked is maybe going to mean a little bit more to me than it does to him, but he still does appreciate being thanked for things. I asked him what I do that makes him feel the most appreciated without telling him that I was gonna do this video, and he said when I thank him for the things he does. So you know what, there you go. Everybody likes being thanked for their hard work, whether it is something that they just went out of their way and did a little extra something, or if they just did what they've supposed to be doing the whole time. Also, complimenting your spouse or talking about what a great job they did about something in front of other people will give you bonus points in your marriage. It not only gives a boost to your spouse and helps them to feel proud of themselves and appreciated by you, but it also helps spread the positivity. Have you ever been around a couple that is just always complaining all the time and just at each other's throats? That is just not the kind of environment that you want to be around. So by being in a marriage that is super encouraging and is pulling the best out of each other, that's going to help other people to be able to do the same as well. And they're going to be able to look at your example of how well you guys are doing and be able to say, you know what, let's do that too. Let's make sure that we're talking to ourselves in a kind way and making sure that our marriage is a positive place for us. Because you know what, if you are feeling really appreciated in your marriage and so is your spouse, that is going to be a really great living environment for not only you, but also your kids if you have kids. It's going to be great for your friends and family, the people around you, because your core home life impacts everything in your life. In my last marriage video that I did a month ago, which I will link down below, I shared the weekly questions that Bruce and I do with each other just to make sure that we're staying connected and working on our communication. And one of those questions is, what made you feel loved this week? But you can adapt this and change this for your own relationship. So maybe you want to ask, what made you feel appreciated this week? Or maybe, what can I do this week to make sure that you feel appreciated? It's important to ask your spouse these things. Maybe what you think makes them feel appreciated isn't actually anything important to them at all. So just ask them, what makes you feel appreciated? And then just openly and kindly tell them what makes you feel appreciated. And having that openness and understanding between you guys is going to help unlock these new levels of being able to care for each other and have such an amazing atmosphere in your marriage. Basically, if you feel like there's something that you need more of to make your marriage healthier, then just ask your spouse. It's going to take some being vulnerable, but in a non-accusing way, like not like, you're not giving me enough of this. So no, not like that. Just tell them kindly, you know what, I really could use some more of whatever it is. And then kindly ask them, what can I do for you? What are you needing more of? Remember that it only takes one person to change the atmosphere of a relationship. Maybe the atmosphere is already really good, but it can always get better, and why not make it better? It's good for you, it's good for your spouse, it's good for your kids and everyone around you. Like I said, it's worth putting a little attention to. That is a wrap on part 1 of this 2-part series on how to appreciate your spouse. If you like this video, please hit like and subscribe to my channel. I release new videos every single week. And if you think that this video could be helpful to someone, please share it with them. I'll see you guys next week for part 2.